Hey everybody, welcome to another week of Choirs and Cups with our first coverage of the LG AHL on the PSN side. Here with you today is Darkside0895 as well as Affordable Dreams, and a special guest to help us out this week is going to be St. Louis Stash of the Milwaukee Admirals. Welcome to the show, buddy.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah,
Excited.
anytime, man. Let's kind of dig into it here. This week on our show for the AHL to kick it off, we're actually going to be doing some standard power rankings, team standings, that sort of thing. But we're also going to be releasing the All Star lineups for this season. So stay tuned to find out who that is.
For sure, for sure. I mean, it's good to have you here, St. Louis. It's good to have your inside help on the AHL side, and I really, really appreciate it.
Oh yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. It's the first time I've done this, so a little bit of a nervous side to me. Got the bugs, but
Yeah,
ready to get this going, right?
yeah, for sure, for sure. We have St. Louis Stash with us here today. But earlier on today, we spoke with two draft picks who were both playing in the AHL this season, with Soupy as well as Z Philly. And we
Yes,
actually
they play from the Devils and Soupy from the Checkers slash Carolina Hurricanes.
exactly, yeah. So they came in and did some interview for us, and I'm gonna kick that off for you guys in a couple seconds here, and you guys can watch what we talked about. All right, and we're going. All right, so this week we have two special guests coming in here with us: Soupy of the Charlotte Checkers and Z Philly of the Binghamton Devils. Welcome to the show, guys.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you guys? Soupy, I understand you're also right now playing in the NHL for the Hurricanes.
Yep, yep. Last
Right
few
on.
weeks.
Nice, nice. So we'll kick it off with a couple questions for you guys, and we'll start with you, Soupy. So,
Yeah.
what are you finding are the biggest differences in the CHL, AHL, and NHL now that you've played in all three over the last couple seasons?
I mean, the CHL, it's, I guess you could call it beginner kind of entry
Hmm.
to everything. I find that, I mean, from the top teams to lower end teams, you probably got the biggest talent gap in terms of, the good players, versus like the not, I don't want to say lower end, but I guess not as skilled guys.
Yeah,
But so I find it, some guys I've talked to, especially NHL guys, a lot of them find it, for them, they find it easier to play AHL, NHL than CHL, right? Because you're playing with better players, so it makes you a better player as well, right?
yeah, for sure. No, I
So,
mean
Definitely.
I've definitely felt that. I've played with some higher end guys, and it just makes it easier, right? And I find
yeah, definitely.
that's what kind of makes a good team a good team is it's easy on everyone, right? It's not that one guy
Yeah,
has to carry the team; it's a group effort from everyone.
definitely. Yeah.
We're in the CHL. You kind of get that. Can you carry this line, please?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Oh,
sure,
yeah.
for sure. Now, Philly, you play defense, correct?
Yes, sir. Lefty.
Right on. So, what's your perspective on the differences of leagues, at least on the defensive end? Like, is it harder to defend these guys because there is a bit more skill in the AHL, NHL, or do your forwards do a good job of supporting you? What's the take on that?
Yeah, just like Soupy was saying, the difference like in the leagues, CHL, kind of sometimes feel like it's you and your D partner versus the whole offensive line, on the other team. Well, in the AHL and the NHL, you're getting a lot more support from your forwards and definitely your center, especially for those cross creases and
Hmm.
guys playing behind the net. Because with the skill gap, from the CHL to the AHL to the NHL, guys are utilizing the boards behind the net and everything a lot more, with the give and go passes and such. So having a center or forwards that, really back you up when you drop down to cover that guy on the boards, it's definitely helpful. So much like Soupy was saying, just like, the type of play the NHL and AHL have, it's like, it's just completely different than CHL, especially on breakouts. I noticed that breakouts and like getting the puck into the zone is just completely different, in terms
They're
of
two
just
different
being more
styles, big
patient.
time.
What's that?
They're definitely two different styles. They're huge
Oh, definitely.
differences.
Yeah, and I can imagine, like, especially like you're saying, as a D man, that centerman is so integral as the middle ground, right? Having someone who's a center and plays a little higher can really bite the defense in the butt if you're facing a lot of 3-on-2s or even just not covering that slot. It's hard to take away the cross creases.
Definitely.
For sure, for sure. Cool. So now with that in mind, what are the top NHL, AHL teams in your mind, not necessarily standings related, but that you've played with, played against, and what
You
is it
found
that
the
they?
biggest challenge?
Are you starting with me or Soupy?
We'll start with you there, Philly.
Yeah.
Well, in the AHL so far, it seems like the team we've, seen that's been, best style of play, I would say would be like the Rochester Americans. They've been playing like really well, and we just played them recently, and they beat us pretty bad. So it just I don't know what it is. Maybe those guys have a lot more practice games together. Maybe their talent gap is better than other teams or whatnot. But like I said, those guys, I feel like they're firing on all cylinders right now. So
Well, I was in the Americans TC last season, and they practice a lot. So it looks like the same guys are basically running that team. So I'm assuming they practice a lot again, and just build that chemistry constantly.
yeah, and I mean, you can tell. You can definitely tell teams apart from teams that play together a lot or teams that just show up for games and play. Like you can tell.
Yeah,
Exactly.
for sure. And you know what? Like, I will give a little bit of a shout out here. They ended up calling up one of my guys, Black Paladin, last season. Was in the CHL with me on those trips. They brought him up, and he's been doing really well for them. And congrats to them. I hate you a little, but congrats.
How about for the NHL side? I know you only played 2 games, Philly, but how about the NHL side? Did you find that there was a big challenge there when you got your chance to go up there and shine, or?
Well, I will say I've only been called up for 2 games, season games that is. And the first one I was called up with another AHL defenseman, and you can definitely tell the difference when you have a defensive partner who's also AHL. But like, I don't know, I don't want to say anything negative about him, but like I said, you can tell the difference. But when I was playing in my second game, I played with an NHL defenseman on the other side, and I was actually playing right side this time with a right-handed defenseman, and we still played well together. I mean, the way we played, it just clicked. And he even messaged me after the game, and he's like, "Hey, man, I'll play with you anytime. We had a great game." So,
Nice.
just like you were saying earlier, when you're up in the NHL, it's easier because you are more focused on your own position, and you don't feel yourself compensating for other guys. It's just everybody knows what they have to do, and they do it, and it just flows. So
Right on.
Yeah.
Definitely.
How about for you, Soupy?
For me, I mean, my team right now struggling a bit, starting to turn around. But in terms of the top teams, I mean, you know, it's one of those things. I mean, I know lots of teams could probably win on any night, sort of thing. I mean, but then you get up against the team's top end lines, and it kind of takes to another skill level, right?
Right.
So, I mean, you're looking at like the Devils. They're 12-0 the last 12. I mean, Toronto, they've been good all year. Like that whole, I mean, the Eastern Division, top 3 teams, Tampa, Toronto, Buffalo. I mean, they're all solid, especially Buffalo with their top line. I mean, I got to play them 2 weeks ago. And I mean,
Tampa. I think you played 2 weeks ago.
yeah, I'd say with Buffalo as well. Maybe that was
Mhm.
3 weeks ago. But Buffalo, I mean, I played their top line, and it was kind of an
So you
eye
played against
opener.
Jake Claus?
Yeah, it was kind of an eye opener how, I mean, in terms of how they control the puck and just, they kind of take over and kind of leave you there. So,
Yeah, and that's
I
one of
mean,
the big things too, right? It's
yeah.
not so much a lot of fancy moves. It's just really quick, smart passing.
Yeah, and in
Where
terms
it's
of giveaways, like I mean, you turn the puck over, make a poor pass. I mean, it usually ends up in the back of your net. So
exactly, yeah, they're very much set up where they need to be, and it's
yeah,
very much a game of who makes more mistakes and that's the team that loses for the most part. Where you see in the CHL, it's a little bit more mistake after mistake, and eventually someone kind of capitalizes or whatever.
yeah,
A little more
yeah,
chaotic, right? But yeah, no, it's interesting to see a little bit more methodical. It doesn't, for I don't know, for people who don't necessarily watch the NHL games as often as they might the AHL, the CHL, it doesn't look that exciting. It's just very thought out, very
yeah.
planned.
That's true. Yeah, yeah. There's not. I mean, you don't see. Yeah, like you were saying. It's everybody's concerned. Not you're not worried about the other 4 guys you're playing with, right? You're more concerned about your own position.
What you're
Everybody's
doing and where you are, right? Yeah.
So it's definitely a lot different that way, and it does. I guess it might seem boring if you're watching, but I mean, if you're playing, it's
Right.
I mean, it's pretty exciting. But
Definitely.
Yep,
How about on the AHL side? When you played there, who was the top teams to you down there?
I mean, I'm just gonna give a shout out to the Checkers, man. I mean, their top line, they got Sky and Kev Bowd there, kind of running that offense, and those guys are 15-0 right now. So
Yeah, dynamite.
Big shout out to those guys. And I mean, the back end's really strong, goaltender strong. So, I mean, if I was going to pick an AHL team, I'd pick them.
Right on.
Nice, right
Yeah,
on,
they're
right.
doing really well too. I did fail to mention them as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm also on their TC this season, and they never need us. Never need us.
And that's always a good sign, right? Like you notice with the top end AHL teams, if you're on their ECU or anyone really, they're not using you. If they're doing well, the
They don't
guys are
want me anyways.
committed.
I'm a total shitter scrub. It's all
Well,
right.
I wasn't gonna say it, but you did, so we're all good. Now, we'll go back to Soupy here. What have you found is the biggest challenge for you? I mean, you've played in all three leagues now. What's been the biggest struggle for you when it comes to adapting? What have you had to change about your game or your style that's kind of posed an issue?
I mean, for the AHL, I mean, I really lucked out. You know, I was playing with those two guys, so I went 6-0 when I played with them.
Mhm.
So it was fairly easy to, you know, win with those
Mhm.
two guys at least, and especially the defense we got. But NHL wise, I find the biggest thing is just slowing down a little bit. You know, playing your position. You know, they're going to be lower scoring games. Um, you know, you're not giving the puck away. You know, you're not looking for to get 3, 4, 5 goals every game, sort of thing, right? It's all about just getting that win.
Yeah, so a bit more
So,
of the mental side then,
yeah,
you might only have put up 2 points, but as long as you got the win, you're happy, right?
yeah, definitely. You know, it's all about locking down D, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Right on.
exactly. How about for you, Philly? What's been your biggest challenge so far with the transition between CHL, AHL, and even your few NHL games?
I got to say, Soupy hit it nail right on the head, man. It's patience. Usually, again, this is only my second season in the league, and I
Right.
played CHL last season. Like the difference between the leagues is just like CHL is much. I feel like amateur status, and I don't mean to dog anybody down there or anything like that, but it's like everybody's just focused on getting it to the forwards, get across the blue line, and then make something happen. Whereas the AHL and the NHL is more methodical. You're using D to D passes, trying to find open lanes, and just patient, trying to get in the zone because a lot of teams run the trap defense at the blue line. So
Yep.
you're just trying to find a way to break that trap. Whereas, like I said, in the CHL, it's more so get it to a forward. Hopefully that forward's good enough to make a play. And if he can't, he's just going to dump it, and then you're going to chase, right? So
And hope to
I'd
God
say
your winger gets there.
I'm sorry?
And hope that your wing is fast enough to get there or strong enough to get there, right?
Exactly. That's what I was
Yeah,
next to have you
exactly.
last season with your fast-ass build, the 5'8".
Right, exactly. I mean, if you recall last year when we were doing practice, I kept telling guys it's use the D more often, reset to the D, take your time, don't force that pass in, and that's what we tried practicing all last season for that same reason. I wanted our team to be ready if they got drafted or called up to be ready for the AHL, NHL, not trying to just blend in with the CHL. I wanted them ready to be going up, and that's why I try to enforce a formation. I try to enforce set plays, how to use the D, how to use them to reset instead of forcing a pass, how to use them with the points when you're in there instead of ignoring them. That doesn't always work because guys don't want to listen all the time.
Right. Yep. Yeah, that's the tough part too. Is you get people down there who act like they know what they're doing and won't take any type of constructive criticism. So if you can't take any of that, then why are you even in the league?
Right.
For
Exactly.
sure. Yeah.
Exactly.
No, I've met all of zero players who are perfect. So for the most part, yeah, you need to be taking constructive criticism. It's not always going to be the right advice, but it's always worth a try, right?
And I say the same to my players all the time. Even if I'm doing something wrong, call me out.
100%.
I don't care if I'm the owner or not. Don't be scared to call me out because I need to prove my game as well. I'm a shitter.
I want to just give a shout out to my GMs, Pasta and User Pick. Like those guys have really helped me out in getting better at adapting to the AHL and even the NHL with like teaching me like be more patient and make better passes or even just throw the puck on the net because they're there screening. Just the guys are really good, and I appreciate all their help. So, and I take
Pastor's a great guy. I've known him on and off since like season 1. I don't really know him personally, but we had conversations here and there. He's a great guy.
Yeah, they're good dudes. That's for sure.
All right, so okay, so what's now that you guys have all kind of played or both have played in all three leagues, some more than others. Yeah, I can't talk apparently. What style do you enjoy the most? Do you enjoy the rush offense kind of CHL style, or the more methodical end of the NHL, or maybe the AHL as the in between?
Well, I mean, for me, it's just I feel like every style kind of has its time and place. Depending on how the game's going, whether you're winning, time left in the game, and whether you need to make those fast breakouts or you can take your time with the methodical, breaking the trap and whatnot.
Okay,
But
okay.
Okay.
And how
How about
about
for you, Soupy?
For me, I would say, I mean, you always enjoy the CHL, all offense sort of mentality, but I think as a team game, I'd say the NHL for me is the most gives them the most enjoyable for me to play. Because you're playing against the best guys, and that's kind of the whole point of it, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
Definitely.
to have that competitive
And,
spirit,
and,
right?
you- and you're going to learn how to fix your game better playing against those tougher guys you will against, as
yeah,
I can say, I guess, CHL shitters, as Wrestling calls us, right?
yeah, yeah. And every game, I mean, to an extent, I mean, any game can, with a little bit of luck,
EA
I
can
think.
play a factor at any point in time.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah.
For sure, for sure. All right, Soupy, this one's for you.
Yeah.
What do you feel has helped your NHL success this week? I know you guys had a pretty solid week compared to past weeks. So, what do you think's helped this week to you guys exceeding to a stronger week?
I mean, the last few weeks, yeah, we've started to turn around a bit. The beginning was rough. I mean, I don't know, I don't know the whole story and everything. The GM left, but so we made a few trades, and I mean, the team's starting to look a lot better now. So, I mean, we're still struggling to, so I guess quite far behind in a playoff spot, but I mean, we're about halfway through. So, I mean, as
That's
a
right.
team, I think everybody's kind of more on the same page. You're not having guys, you get like NHL, you get a lot of guys who, they think they are the best guys, and they let people know that. So I think if you get rid of some of guys like that, then you can work as a team and be better.
Would you say the
But,
Eagles are a lot stronger the higher you get?
oh, definitely, yeah,
Really?
yeah. I didn't want to say it that, but yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I
that's
mean, if you get rid of a lot of that, then
yeah.
and start playing as a team, or at
Mhm.
least the 5 or the 6-man unit that you're playing with that night, you're all on the same page. Then I think it can really change the outcome.
Okay,
Well, I would
perfect.
imagine that having, there is I guess, a larger quantity of people will say with quote unquote egos in the higher leagues, but I think
Yeah.
that's what sort of separates the good teams from the really good teams, is the guys who can do the same things in terms of talent and system, but
Yeah.
keep that ego in check and work together as a team and understand that maybe screaming at your defenseman isn't going to help a whole lot.
that's
Yeah,
Right.
for
for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
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 The difference between constructive criticism and being that cancer person, right?
Mhm.
I mean, if my D is doing something wrong, I don't want to yell at him and call him an idiot. I want to say, hey, man, that play, I need you doing this.
For sure.
Be here, and when you get the puck, I'm going to be here in that breakout. Just hit me. I'm going to be gone. Constructive criticism. There's a way to do it properly to make everyone not
Feel like
turn
crap.
or feel like
Yeah.
crap, right? Yeah, there's a
Yeah,
way to do
yeah.
it where you can be nice, friendly, and be supportive and helpful, which would help a lot.
Yeah.
I'm happy that's a good answer. I like it. Let's move on to Philly. Philly, what do you feel has been the major part of success for the Devils this season?
I mean, we're doing pretty good. I mean, we're in the playoff race, so there's that. But I guess when the guys show up for practice and stuff, that's really helped out a lot in the games we've won. But the tough part we've been having is getting guys to show up for games. It is what it is. Real life trumps, this league. But I don't know. Like I said, those practice games are pivotal, man. But when people don't show up, it's tough. So, yeah, I mean,
For sure.
nothing really to say there. We're doing pretty decent, but I feel like we could be in a better place if more guys could be around.
I hear that. We have the same problem down the CHL lots too. A lot of teams don't want to practice anymore. They just want to show up, play their game, play with their buddies afterwards, and not stick around and hang out. Even when we take a tough loss, like right now this season, if we lose a game against a tough team, everyone just leaves and quits. It's like, let's sit, talk what went wrong, and fix it, right?
Right.
For sure. And again,
we were talking earlier about it, affordable, about how last season, we made it pretty far in the playoffs, and it's because we played a lot together.
We did. Yep.
Our team was always on, and we hardly ever had to TC, and now it's just like I feel like it happens all the time. I don't know if it's a league thing or what, but I heard about a rumor that the NHL is more like that, where they just kind of show up for their games because they're that good. But
they do, and that's kind of a common theme, and you see it kind of show up in the AHL a little bit, right? Where guys, I've been in AHL games where guys aren't on the mic, or they're just, they show up.
Yeah, the no mic thing I heard has been a huge thing this year in the AHL, NHL.
Yeah,
See,
that's definitely
that would
tough with
drive me
D.
nuts. Well,
Yeah, me
that
too.
would drive me nuts, especially like I played a lot of seasons. I played 3 seasons of D, and I can't function without communication, right? Like it's very difficult.
Yep.
If someone doesn't tell you they're going to cut back or give you options, but it is what it is, right? If you can win with a team like that, great. But I've always been under the impression that communication is definitely key.
It's huge. I mean, even when I did goaltending up in the NHL and the AHL, I was the vocal goaltender. I was the guy yelling out to my team, your points are open all day. Yeah, you have a guy coming hard on you, get ready to move that puck. And I'd tell him what side the guy's rushing him on, so he knew he didn't have to look around. He knew where the guy was coming, so I was vocal. And I've always found being vocal is key. I don't care if for no one wants to hear a goalie talk, so that probably pissed them off. But I mean, as a player wise, that communication is key, no matter what position you play.
Right.
Yeah. No, I've played with goalies like that, and we had one goalie in specific, Yagmir, who ended up getting drafted this season, and I believe got called up to the Griffins recently. Really good goalie, and he would let you know if you were missing an assignment, if something was happening where you might not have seen it. He's in your ear, and does that hurt you? No. I mean, maybe you don't like it on a personal side of things, but I can't imagine that hurts your ability to play.
Right.
For sure, for sure. I think that's all we have for them today, Dark, isn't it?
Yeah, let me double check that. Yeah, that's pretty much all we had.
Yeah, I have one oddball one that's kind of out there. It wasn't written down off the record type of deal, but we're going to spit it out anyways quickly here. You both were drafted last season, I believe, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have anything you could say to people that are curious about joining our league that haven't yet, that you could say for a positive note about the league, about being drafted and the excitement of everything?
Soupy, you want to start that off?
All right. I don't know really. I mean, the CHL. I mean, just kind of take it. Learn from the guys who've been there for a while. I mean, you got a lot of the owners who I'm sure could easily move up, but they're there because they like finding those guys that nobody really knows about. So if you're one of those guys and you're good, do well in the CHL. Yeah, and it's exciting. If you sign up, you got to play the 1 year in the CHL, and then you're eligible to get drafted. So I mean, if that ends up happening to you, that's awesome. I mean, if it doesn't, just keep ripping, and yeah.
What do you view as the big selling point as a difference from, say, LG versus VG versus Facebook versus all the other leagues that are out there?
Good
I
question.
haven't really gotten into those other leagues, so I don't really know. From what I've talked to guys who have done both leagues, I guess I've just heard that this is the better league, more competitive all around sort of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I've heard a similar thing. I mean, the main
Same.
one I usually hear is the organization of the actual league and the site.
Yes, that's what I heard a lot too. Is that part as well? Yeah.
Hmm. For sure.
I know in VG there is no sign up page. You literally tell your owner when you can play, then he writes you back telling you what days you play on. So there is no sign up page, which to me is just a nightmare, right?
Yeah, no, as an owner, I would not enjoy getting DMs and having to flip through my DMs and try and figure out who can play when.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's rough.
Mhm.
yeah, the other thing too. I mean, in terms of that first year in the league too, like look and ask questions and find out the rules. I mean, there's so many. I mean,
Yeah.
to this day, like this is, I guess, my third full season.
Mhm.
I mean, I played a bit in season 7, but you're still finding out new stuff all the time because in terms of,
Definitely.
Oh, 100%. Even I'm sure Dreams can
so-
attest to this too.
I'm an owner and I still have to look once
Yeah.
in a while. But what's
Oh, yeah, all the
what's the
time.
ruling in that one? Oh, why didn't I know that? I should have known that already, right?
Yeah, exactly. And the nice thing is we do have Boggs and staff who are really good about, if you have to ask them a question, they will answer. They give us all the tools to find what we need to find. But yes, knowing the rules is a big deal, especially like the main ones, right? The important ones when it comes to being a player, like signing up for 4 games a week, making sure you have it in on time, making sure you're not doing certain in-game penalties, like laying down on the ice for too long or self-board pinning or whatever the case may be.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'd say too, like, if you're a new player coming into the league, just keep an open mind and don't think you're the tits, Come in knowing that you need to get better.
Exactly. Stay humble. That's a big thing. I don't care what end of the league you're at. If you're in the NHL, like stay humble.
Yeah.
Because again, as much as you might legitimately be better than every single player on your team, which is pretty rare, but let's say that's the case, um, no one's gonna want to play with you if you're, making fun of them and making life difficult when it comes to being in a party with you. So, the guys who are really nice people and are also skilled are valued far higher than those who have the same skill but are let's say less than nice.
100%. 100%.
Plus, with all these updates to the game, you never know how good you're going to be.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a
It's been
lot this
ridiculous.
season for updates, and I kind of wish they would just leave it alone. I mean, the beta was great. The
Yep.
guys that didn't like it to me were guys that didn't know how to play hockey, didn't understand hockey at all.
Yeah.
Leave it alone. It was great. It was smooth. Leave the updates alone. But whatever, it is what it is. We all know it's going to happen. It happens 10 times a season, whether they like it or not. We just got to work with it, adapt to it, and learn it.
Yep, exactly.
Yes. Especially mid playoffs. That's always fun.
Yeah. That happened last season.
For sure.
Yeah.
I know. I was kind of dreading that, but I guess you guys made it a bit of a moot point last season.
Yeah.
I mean, our lucky point last season was we had the bye, and the update happened during that bye.
That
So
is
we'd have to
true.
learn on the fly. We had time to practice and get
Yeah.
ready for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Where everybody else had to just learn on the fly in their games, which might have caused a bit of down factors during those games, but who knows?
For sure.
All
But yeah,
right, I think that's all we have.
thanks for coming in today, guys, and tune in at 7 o'clock, and we'll be doing our first AHL show.
Yeah, boys. Appreciate
Thanks
it.
a lot, guys.
Take it easy, guys.
Catch you
Thanks for your time, and good luck in the season.
Yeah, good luck to you guys too.
All right, everybody, we're back after that interview here. Thanks to Z Philly and Subi for coming in and doing that interview with us. We're going to jump over now to the power rankings for Week 5 AHL, PSN. All right, so Dreams, if you want to kick us off with those top 10 forwards of the week.
We can do that, buddy. Let's jump right into that. Coming in number 1 for the Rochester Americans is Lucente. 3-game win streak this week for him. I think the first top 10 are all 3-game win streaks. So we'll kind of skip by their win categories since they're all 3-0. So Lucente, number 1 for the Star as well for this week at 14 points, 9 goals, plus 16 and a right wing slot for him. Congrats to Lucente and the Americans. Always a dominant team. Coming in number 2 is I-Tarasenko, 91-I. 14 points, 8 goals, plus 4, and right wing slot as well for that guy. Coming in third star as well is Frost, X17, 15 points this week, 10 goals, dynamite in the goal scoring for him with 10, plus 7, playing the center slot for the Wild. Congrats to him. Those are our 3 top stars of the week for these top 10. Coming in number 4 is we have Apparition from the San Jose Barracudas, 14 points, 8 goals, plus 10 on the right wing slot. Following close behind him is Kupchak from the San Jose Barracudas as well, 18 points, 5 goals, plus 10 on the left wing slot. Number 6 overall is Smitter from the San Antonio Rampage, 10 points, 6 goals, plus 4, also playing in that center slot. Another Rampage following close behind him at number 7 is a Sticky Snake. I guess I lied to you guys. Smitter and Sticky only played 2 games this week, but still 2-0, 4 games, plus 7 left wing slot. Number 8 coming overall, again, another Rochester American is Chell Legend. 14 games played, 5 goals, plus 16, also playing the center slot. Number 9th overall is a Lavelle Rocket, God of Christ, an ex-Thunder coming in here. 12 points, 7 goals, plus 7, and a center slot as well. And last but not least in the top 10 is Obstructions from Ottawa. I'm not going to attempt their name because I don't remember what the fuck their name is called. Pardon my language. 10 points, 8 goals, plus 4, center / left wing slot for this guy, playing both roles this week. Congrats to all these for the top 10. Dark, do you want to feed us on to the top 10 for defense?
Before we do that, I'm just going to touch quickly upon a couple guys I see here who are on the who's not side, which are a little bit surprising. The big one there is Cooch 39.
Cooch, definitely.
Yeah, usually has a better goal with than that, but 0-2 with a -8 is not ideal. I see Gredner down there for the Moose, for the Manitoba Moose. Sebastian Lavoie, I'm Out Moms. These are a few guys on the list that I wouldn't have expected to see.
I gotta call it Kitty King too, man. I've just known Kitty King since like season 2 or 3, and to see him on this who's not, come on, man, you're better than that.
Yeah, for sure. But hopefully these guys can find a way to get out of that category. But moving on here, we got the top 10 for who's hot on defense. Coming in at number 1 is the Wow, sorry. For the Milwaukee Admirals is the big Bluntski. All these guys went 3-0. He put up 4 points plus 6 for the right D. Coming in number 2, yet another American with Distracted. 3-0, 5 points plus 8 on the lefty. And on our third spot, another American, Black Paladin, former wing. Uh,
Former wing, as I say, yeah,
yeah,
former
yeah.
wing. This
Coming in
guy's a
with
definitely shitter, showing it again.
coming in with 3 points and a beastly plus 15. Wow.
Yeah,
Then
that's crazy.
that is insane. I think it's the highest on the list. Um, Number 4 for the Devils is Math Double 2, putting up 5 points and a plus 1 on the right D side. Coming at number 5 is the Tucson Roadrunners Roscoe Libbins, putting up 3 points and a plus 7 on the left D. Number 6 for the Hershey Bears, we got Snipe Shot XX21 coming in only producing 1 point, but going 2-0 and a plus 4.
It's
Uh,
weird to see someone at 6 with only 1 point. It's actually kind of weird, in my opinion. But it is what it is.
Maybe strength of schedule. I'm not too sure.
It definitely could be.
Turnover. Did they do the giveaway takeaway with that, or?
They probably do.
They probably do internally, but they don't show it on our end.
Yeah.
Right.
Coming in number 7 is Dustin Keefe, 19, 3-0 plus 7 on the right D, putting up 1 point. Number 8, Stockton Heat's very own B Rated, putting up 3 points, 1 goal, and a plus 4 on the right D. Number 9 is At Bowed, the Ontario Reign, going 2-0, 4 points, plus 5, lefty. And last but not least, coming in at number 10 is the San Jose Barracudas DJ Freeze, going 3-0, 2 points, plus 9, also a left D. Congrats to all you guys for making it. And
Left D really played a powerhouse this week. Considering left D is usually the spot everyone wants to hate on, left D took a shine this week.
yeah, well, plus we've seen how many 5 Rochester Americans sitting in the top 10 on both sides.
Yeah,
I mean, congrats to them.
definitely.
They're having a hell of a week.
Oh,
So
yeah,
You
hell of a season.
yeah,
what's
yeah,
that?
fair enough.
Yeah, there you go. Anyone on the defense side of who's not that you guys see? I see 2 on my end, but let's see what you guys think before I go on with that.
Who you said on the who's not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone you see that stands out.
Stands out.
I mean,
Well, I know Blamo Guns is a very good player. By playing with him in in off seasons and stuff like that, we wanted to possibly get him.
hmm,
He's a very good player. I like Blamo.
yeah.
Joe Wink is also a very good.
Okay, yeah.
I like Joe
Okay.
Wink.
Yeah. I was
Dark, how about
thinking.
you? Do you see anybody else?
Yeah, I was seeing the Rockford Ice Hogs meet my Heat. Seeing a guy like that go 0-3 with a -3, a little bit surprising. But that's about all I see. What do you got?
I got Pixel Pond from the Devils sitting there at 0-2-1 with a -7 and right D. He was an ex-Giant when I was GM there in season 8, and a guy's phenomenal. It's just weird to see him struggling right now, as strong as Devils have been this season, being at 0-2-1. Last but not least, for me, in my opinion, is Attack the Mac coming from the Charlotte Checkers. 0-3 this week with a -5 at left D. Attack the Mac has been a dominant D force for as far as I can remember. And whether it's club, league, you name it, to see him at 0-3 really strikes an alarm for me. Attack, come on, man, pick it up.
Yeah, for sure. But to the rest of you guys on the list, good luck out there, and hopefully you can get your names off this list for next week.
Let's jump to the goalies. Do you want to jump us into those goalies, please? At Stash, please.
Yeah, it's fine.
I almost liked your name. See,
I haven't honestly haven't played too many games against the top 3 goalies here. We have the Birdman, who went 6-0 with 75 shots. Is impressive to have goals against of a .98 and the save percentage of 92.6. That's really good for a goalie, having 75 shots in 6 games. I mean, yeah, that's still 6 games for what that's maybe 11 per game.
Yeah, about there. A little more.
Yeah, so I mean, still don't only give up 1 goal a game. That's still solid.
Yeah.
You have Headhunter. He's 3-1-1. Like I said, with the Hershey Bears. I haven't played against that guy.
I've
91 save percentage. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I have played with him. He was on my season 8 Seattle team for a short period of time as a center, actually. But he's a solid stud goalie. So congrats to
Yeah,
him.
I mean,
I know he
having
got
close to 70
Adam Zoo, you talking about? Or Headhunter?
Headhunter. Yeah, I know
headhunter.
he.
Oh, yeah. Hunter's been for a long time,
He
since season
has.
1, I believe.
Yeah, he's been up
And
in
he's
the
been
NHL
dominating
zoo.
on the center defense, and I guess right now showing it in goaltender.
Yeah, I mean he's been an
Yeah,
NHL goalie before, and I mean I know he got late waived. I think it was last week or the week before. So a good pickup by the Bears there to get a free
and
guy out
then
of that.
you got Adam ZGT. Anytime that you face close to 70 shots and you're only giving up one goal with a save percentage of 90, so you're giving up one goal on 10 shots. That's not bad, not
That's
bad
good.
at all.
Yeah,
You know, Babada clutch. He's a very good goalie. He deserves to be a top 5 goalie every week, and he plays like it. Even though he faced 50 shots, that's still 10 a game. He's still
Yep.
good. I'd say the one thing about the Barracuda, they are more a little offensive, which is okay because they can do it.
If I recall, they're actually a puck possession team. They like to control that puck in the offensive zone and not give guys much breathing room. If I recall.
Right. Yeah, they're very offensive. And then you have Weather Geekow. He's was a TC, I'm guessing, a 2-0 record to come in and play good for the Americans. Looks like they've just had a great week all around.
Dynamite TC slot right there to come and pull out 2 wins with the save percent average and goals against average. Definitely strong for him.
for sure.
Still want to throw Churchy in there though. Yeah, obviously had a great week.
For sure.
But it's also good to see that the ECU's coming in for to lock it down.
For sure. And again, another 2 Rochester Americans coming in taking spots. Like, yikes, that's a lot. Good for you guys.
Yeah, it's a great season or a great week for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, looking on that who's not side, I've got to point out one name real quick, and that's Yagmir, playing for the Rockford Ice Hogs, going 0-3 with a 79.6. I mean, not the worst save percentage you've ever seen. It's not great, obviously. Maybe the team's not scoring, not supporting enough. I'm not sure what's going on there. But hopefully he can get back to his form he used to have when he was with us on the Wings last season.
Good call. I also want to point out that Joja 15 sitting there at 0-2 this week, 4 goals against, 75.8% saves percent average against. I know him to be a little better than that, so he's got to pick his game up.
He's a savvy vet. He'll be fine.
He'll definitely bounce back. I mean,
He's a
I'm
good
not
goalie.
worried about him. I think this is the short temporary spot he has and who's not. I'm sure to see him not on this list next week.
What I wish they would show in this is the shots.
Yeah. I don't know why they cut that category, but it would be
Me
nice
too.
to see.
Anyways,
Yeah. Moving on, we're gonna skip ahead past contracts, studs and duds, and power on down to the top 10 for the week for teams. If you want to kick us off there, Dreams.
Yeah, we're going there right now. I'm just scrolling down to it. Number 1 coming in this week, and the top teams is the Americans at 9-0.
Not a surprise.
Not a surprise at all. Americans have been dominant for like 2 seasons at least now, if not 3. 40 goals for, 9 goals against only, plus 31 in goal differential, just dominating in that scoring factor, just huge. Shot differential, a plus 39, power play percentage at 37.5, which is pretty strong, and a 76.9 the PK. It could be better, but still, it's pretty strong still coming in at a 76.9. Plus 18 the faceoffs, 24 minutes and 53 seconds, or 25 minutes, we'll say. We'll round up there on TOA. They jumped from 8th to 1st this week in the power rankings. Congrats to the Americans, again, as a dominant week. Coming number 2, not a surprise to see them sitting here. The Barracudas coming in at 7-2 this week with 34 goals for, 22 goals against, a plus 12 in goal differential, a plus 12 in shot differential, a 35.8 power play percentage, and an 88.9 PK percentage.
That's very strong.
A minus 11. Yeah, that's extraordinary good. A minus 11 in faceoffs. They need to win a few more draws, but still ain't hurting them at all. And they're also minus 7 in, minus 8. I'm going to round up again in time attack difference, which to me is pretty weird to see a team in the top 10 in that minus category in TOA, but they're sitting there, but they're just capitalizing on the chances, obviously, when they need to. Jumping from number 2 to staying number 2. They didn't jump at all. They just stayed flat this week at number 2.
Which is good.
Third overall, it's definitely great to stay where you're at and not falter, and not fall down. To just stay steady is great.
you gotta remember this is like the dog days. LG too
Yeah, it's
right now.
right in the middle
Yeah,
of the
yeah, it
season.
definitely is.
Everyone's
It
kind of
definitely
dragging
is.
their feet a little bit.
Definitely is. Number 3 overall is the Rampage again. No surprise, see him sitting here at 5-2-1. Goals for 33, goals against 22, a difference of 11 plus 11, but I should say. Shot differential plus 43, power play stands at 41.7. So they're pretty much scoring 1 out of 2, almost 1 out of 3 times on the power play. So be careful. They have a deadly power play. Watch out for that. PK percentage at 80%. They're definitely taking control of the PK when they have it. Plus 13 in faceoffs, 23 minutes time attack, and falling from first to second this week, which is a small fall, but nothing to really get panicked over about.
Hey, when you have 23 time on attack, I don't think you have to worry about falling from third, right?
Yeah, exactly.
First, go 9-0. It's hard to keep first in that aspect.
Right.
So, congrats to them still. I have faith in you guys. Keep marching forward. Coming in number 4th overall is my buddy Pete Pod Diddy with the Laval Rockets here, 5-3-1, 38 goals for 18 goals against, plus 20 goal differential. Are we gonna say something there?
Oh, I was gonna say they smacked us a week ago or something. I forget what it was, but they smacked us.
That's
Oh,
funny.
they're definitely not a team to take lightly. They're definitely a team to always keep on your toes and keep on edge. But going forward with that, 38 plus in shot differential, 40.9 in power play efficiency. So basically, 1 out of 2 they're scoring on. You could probably round it down to 1 of 3, but still take it as it is. 87.5 on the PK and -5 in the face-up draws, which is not horrible, but you're definitely looking to win a few more draws than that, especially in key moments. 5 minutes and 26 seconds time attack. Climbing from 5th last week to 4th. Not a huge climb, but still a climb to be proud about. Gives us a pat in the back for climbing at least one spot. And 5th for me overall is the Admirals coming in at 5-3-0 this week, which is a pretty good week for them. Coming in with 25 goals forward, 18 goals against, a +7 on goal differential, a +14 in shot differential, a 16.7 in the power play, which means not great. You don't got to worry too much when on the power play, but still, I guess my shuttle goes to the Admirals. You got to pick that up and be a little stronger in your PP.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
Yeah, they definitely got to score
Tell
more
the boys. Tell them.
Power kill. Power kill. Penalty kill. Sorry, my team we call it power kill because we score shorthanded lots. Because we're always in the goddamn box. Anyways, 80% on the PK, +25 face-off differential, and a 23-minute time attack differential. Jump from 23rd to 5th this week. A huge jump for them. Congrats to them. Do you want to follow through the last 5 for a start?
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so coming in number 6 here is the Wolves. Going 6-3 with 35 goals for, 26 against, and a +9 on the differential. +21 on the shot differential, only 17.4 on the power play. So much like the Admirals, they really got to work on some drills in practice and club games and get that power play humming. But 83.3% on the PK is nothing to sneeze at. -12 on the faceoff, so maybe something else to work on, and -2, so pretty even on the time on attack differential, and jumping up from 18 to 6 this week, so a nice big climb for them. Hope they can keep it going. Coming in at number 7 here is our Tucson Roadrunners, 5-3-1, scoring 23 goals and only allowing 17, so very, very tight games. Putting up a +6 goal differential, a -12 shot differential, 25%, which is pretty respectable on the power play, 95.8 on the PK, so pretty much impossible to score on when you got the extra man. A +18 on the faceoffs, only a minute extra of time on attack, jumping up from 19 to 7 this
That
week.
is unreal. I did
Mhm.
not notice that.
With the 95.8? Yeah, that is insane.
95.8.
Yeah, you're scoring 4.2%. So you
I wonder
need
how
like
many they had though, depending on how many.
yeah, I mean, well, either they're very disciplined or they're able to kill a penalty off like a mofo. So either way, I mean, very good, right?
Either way, right? Exactly.
Yeah, either way, you don't really want to face that. But yeah, coming in number 8 here is our Grand Rapids Griffins, going 4-3-1, 25 for, 25 against, so dead even on the plus minus there, +23 on the shots. 11.1% on the power play, which is, sorry to be rude, guys. Yeah, that's not That's not good.
1 out of 10 you're scoring on basically. Come on.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they basically, yeah, 1 in 10. That's insane. And then 65% on the PK, another big stat that they need to pick up. That special teams in general, as a rule, if you add your penalty kill in your power play, it should be at or above 100% when you add the two together. These guys are sitting at 76. It's
Did
not good.
not know that.
That's what I do. That's the way I
Did
view
not
it,
think
right?
about.
Yeah,
Not think
it's
about.
usually a good rule. If you're going 25 and 75, I mean that's
Yeah.
decent. But yeah, then last but not least, on their sorry, they're plus 31 on the face-offs, 456 on the time on attack. So actually managed positive possession time. It's just their special teams just hurt them, right? And jumping up from 16 to 8 this week. So good for those guys. Coming at number 9 is my AHL team that I don't play for. The Springfield Thunderbirds, who were 5-3-1, 30 goals for, 25 against, plus 5 on the goal differential, plus 17 on the shots, a killer 29.6 on the power play, but a bit of a lackluster 75% on the PK, which is something to be worked on, right? Plus
Yeah,
16,
for sure.
yeah, plus 16 on the faceoffs, negative 348 on the time on attack, and dropping from 7 to 9. So a bit of a bump in the road this week for the Thunderbirds, dropping a little bit, but still in the top
Ain't
10.
too
So
worried about them though.
yeah, exactly. And coming in last but not least is the Bridgeport Sound Tigers, 6-2-1, putting up 16 goals for, 16 goals against. My God, that is tight games. Holy crap! Like less than 2 goals for and against on both sides. Those are some sweaty games.
The time for the Wings, buddy. The 1 goal game differential, right?
Yeah, I mean this is like a whole other animal. That's a tiger for fuck's sake. But so it's 0 goal differential, plus 16 on the shots, 25.7 on the power play, 81.3 on the PK, -5 on the faceoffs, and plus 13.20 on the time on attack. They dropped from 3rd to 10th this week, but I mean honestly, a pretty solid week, and most of their underlying stats suggest that they're doing the right things. It's just
Yeah.
they're just very tight, sweaty games. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
It was
But
a hard week.
yeah, I mean,
It
wow,
was
yeah. But I
good
mean,
teams.
congrats to your top 10 mentioned before. Keep it going. Let's move us on to the standings for the AHL. So I'll kick off
Standing
the Eastern Atlantic here, and the aforementioned Bridgeport Sound Tigers taking top spot here, record of 33-10-2. Currently on a 3-game winning streak. They have 68 points on the season. They are plus 27 on the goal differential and are 21-2-2 in 1 goal games. So we kind of mentioned how sweaty their games are, but they are easily winning the majority. Basically
They
21 to
are
4. That
absolutely.
is insanity. So I think they're comfortable playing that kind of game, that very shut down D kind of.
It could have just been this week. Maybe teams they played this week they caused a bit more of a tense schedule. I know me and you face that in the CHL ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
With 1 week is a tough competition where it's hard to win battles. Other weeks it's kind of laid back.
For sure.
Maybe that's what they're kind of facing too here. Who knows?
Yeah. But this division itself is I think the tightest in the entire league.
I would have to agree with that.
Yeah, in terms of at least point race, because only 3 points behind them is the Penguins' 1-game winning streak, plus 40 on the goal differential, and also pretty clutch in those 1-goal games, going 17-2-3. 2 points back of them is the Checkers, 2-game win streak, 42 goals positive on the differential, and 13-5-3 in 1-goal games, so a little bit tighter when it comes to the 1 goal. It looks like they like to score. That's kind of their style. And then to kind of have you have a bit of a drop off here with a 7 point gap between the Thunderbirds and them. Wolfpack falling 4 points behind them, and it starts to trail off a little bit. It was tighter a little bit earlier on in the season, but even that being said, the playoff race is fairly tight on this east side. Coming in last place, we have the Hershey Bears, 44 points, -33 on the goal differential. But even then, they're last in their division, but sitting middle of the pack for that playoff race, right? Coming in.
Well, no, the top 4 make it for the AHL.
Oh yes, you're
So-
right. Yeah. So they're actually quite a.
But you can't. I mean, a bad week by Springfield or the Wolfpack and a good week by Hershey.
Yeah,
You can't.
for sure.
You can't call any team out yet.
No, it's still fairly early. There's still what 4 more weeks.
Oh yeah, there's
so
plenty of time.
We're pretty much dead even in the season. So, shouldn't be too settled just yet. take over the Eastern North here with Rochester Americans obviously taking top spot, 32-11-2, 66 points, and a
12
ridiculous.
game win streak, man.
Yeah,
Holy
cow.
they're on a tear. They're on an absolute tear. Plus 84 on the goal differentials, nuts.
They figured it out.
Yeah, and 4-4-2, so pretty even in the 1-goal games. And I'm guessing they just, well, not guessing, they don't have a lot of them, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Only 10
exactly.
1-goal games in 45 games. I mean, yeah,
Still, you got to point out though, in the 1-goal games, they are like pretty much dead even. They,
as I'm
they aren't
saying, yeah.
winning a lot of them. They are pretty much par on that, but still, they don't face a lot of them.
No, they don't, and that's because they score a crazy amount of goals. So that's their style, right? Falling in behind them is the Laval Rocket, who are 8 points back of them with 58. They are 27-14-4 on a 1-game winning streak and plus 44 on the goal differential, and are 11-6-4 in 1-goal games. So all still fairly even, right? Without those overtime losses, it's 11-10. So
Yeah, I like to see the games between them two.
Yeah, I mean, geez,
for sure, right?
some sweaty palms in those games. Again, at number 3, we got 5 points back. Back behind the Rocket is the Devils on a 1-game losing streak, plus 22 and 9-5-5 in their 1-goal games. And then we have the Monsters, Crunch, and Senators all coming in pretty close, kind of battling it out a little bit of the lower end there. Monsters, I shouldn't say the lower end, actually battling for that last playoff spot. The Monsters are holding that last playoff spot, so it's going to be actually a pretty interesting race. Only 3 points back, or ahead rather, of the Syracuse Crunch. So that'd be pretty tight coming into it. The big advantage here being, I guess, that the Monsters have a bit of a better goal differential. So maybe in those games where they start to fall behind, they don't give up as easily. But we'll see how it plays out through the rest of the season.
I want to backtrack a little bit there about the Wolfpack. I mean, they're only 4 points as well behind that last playoff spot for Thunderbirds. So 2 games really. Apart.
Yeah. Oh no, it's very close there. Yeah, for sure.
We're going to get into a lot closer battles right now as we jump into the Central Division, the Western Central. It's definitely a lot closer here and a lot harder battles for every position. It's going to be a jockey right down to a bit of wire, I feel, on this end.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, this division's crazy.
This
is a fun division to be a fun. Definitely fun.
Coming in number 1, though, we have the Rampage holding strong at second in the whole Western Conference here, but coming at 62 points, a 1-game losing streak, a plus 35 in goal differential, 13-5-4 in 1-goal games. I mean, that's phenomenal. 13. You got to do the math there. Dark, that's more 1-goal games you guys face. We got number 2 coming in at 50 points is the Wolves, tied with the Grand Rapid Griffins, both at 50. The difference here is the goal differential. Wolves at a -7, the Griffins at a plus 14. And those 1-goal games being almost deadlocked here, 5-5-8 for the Wolves and 9-9-6 for the Griffins. No one really standing tall in the 1-goal games. Both par for both of them. So hopefully they battle through and get it. Coming in 4th, but a 3-way tie for this one. Just a little bit on the goal differential that change why Milwaukee is in that last spot. So tied at 49 points apiece, we have the Admirals with the Iowa Wild and the Manitoba Moose. Milwaukee with a 2-game win streak, Iowa with 1 goal, and Moose with 1 win, and Moose with a 1-game loss. The goal differential for the Admirals are 19, Iowa Wild -12, and Moose -14. So that's huge. They got to pick that goal differential off if they want to contend and even have a chance of taking over Milwaukee. I hope they can turn it around. I have faith in both teams. Actually, I have faith in all 3 teams to turn around this week and make a little bit of run. But look at the 1-goal games. Milwaukee's at 6-7-3. Iowa coming in with 9-7-5, and Moose dominating compared to these 2 teams in the 1-goal games at 10-5-3.
For sure. And you know what? Kind of jumping back a little bit there, the Wolves on a 5-game winning streak I'm assuming overtake the Griffins, right? So they're pushing hard, trying to seal their fate and make sure they get a good spot.
Definitely. They're definitely finishing off when they have to outside the 1-goal games as well. So hands off to them. But that goal differential really worries me a little bit. I'm hoping they can pick it up and get a little more to the positive over the negative.
Yeah, exactly.
Jumping to the last category here is the Western Pacific with the San Jose Barracudas taking first. in the Western side. I believe it's second, tied for second in the whole league. To be
Yep.
honest,
Yep.
it's 66 points, -1 on the losing streak there, but still a +69 on the goal differential and a 9-4 and 2-1 goal games. So they're dominating in the goals for sure. They're definitely doing their
Yeah.
job. In
Well, I mean,
part.
plus 69 on the goal differential is a really nice number.
69 is a great number. We have the Stockton Heat, the Colorado Eagles. Oh, sorry, Stockton Heat. Sorry, I'll just go there first of all. At 47 points, just slightly ahead of the Eagles, Bakersfield, and the Tuscan Roadrunners, Tucson, Tuscan, whatever you want to call it. One game win streak for the Heat. A -10 though on goal differential. Again, not nice to see that minus sitting there, but they're still holding on to that second
team.
spot. They're definitely a solid team. It's just sad to see that minus category sitting there. From looking at the roster and the players there, they definitely have the strength to do better. So I'm hoping they can turn it around in the next few weeks. We are about that midway point, so they have a lot of time to still evaluate, fix, maybe find the chemistry lines and build that plus minus into more of a positive. They're still 9-3-3 in the 1-goal games, which is definitely a strong aspect to have. They're not hurting in that category. Coming in tied though again. At third, fourth, and fifth. This is a 3-way tie for these spots. So jockeying is going to be really down to the wire in the next 4 weeks here to see what happens in these 4 spots between the Eagles, Bakersfield Condos, and the Roadrunners as well. All tied at 44 points. The Eagles at -2, Bakersfield at -3 in the win categories, and the Roadrunners with that shocking 4-game win streak trying to make their climb back into the runnings here.
For sure, and one thing to kind of look out for here is the Barracuda keeping their heads on straight. I mean, they're sitting at 19 points ahead of the next closest team. They've pretty much sealed up their playoff spot at this point. They just got to make sure they don't fall victim to the slump, right? Where you kind of look ahead to your next game or next week, right?
They're solid.
Yeah, for sure. But they are a solid team. They have been
yeah, obviously 66 points.
Seasons. Yeah, they play a lot. They play way too much. They play.
I mean, I was on their TC 3 seasons ago, and if it's still the same way it was then, they practice almost every day.
Yeah,
and they're always playing together.
Yeah, they're good. They went. They ran into the Rampage last season. That other team that did the same thing, right?
Yep.
You play together, you win. Right?
Exactly. But let's.
Looking at goal differential here, we have the Eagles at -20, the Bakersfield Condos at -14, and the Roadrunners at -9. So Roadrunners obviously having the better win streak and goals against differential right now coming in. Hopefully that turns a corner for them and maybe they can climb. If not, I totally expect Bakersfield with the players they have to turn that corner and be a little better than they are.
Oh, trust me. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the players there definitely aren't no one to shake at or kind of like push over. They're not a joke of a team. They definitely can pick that up a little more.
For sure. But yeah, that covers...
the 1-goal games to end it off here, buddy. 8-4-2 for the Eagles, 7-6-4 for the Condors, and 10-8-4 for the Roadrunners.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be a tight race the rest of the way.
It is. If you look at the Western race itself, I mean, 44 points is the Condor sitting there at the 4th spot. But you look at like 9th, 10th, it's only a 2.5 game difference. And Runners actually tied at 44 with the Condors, right? So, I mean, it's that, I don't know what, there must be the win factor that I don't know what it is. It's not goal differential. It's not win factor.
It's interconference play. So if let's say the Colorado Eagles, and the Bakersfield Condors played 3 times in a season, and the Eagles beat them twice. True, that's what decides it.
So definitely that's what it is. So I mean, I'm not trying to call nobody else down or out, but I expect more of the Condors. I've seen their roster. I know what they have. I expect a little more to you guys.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. I played for them last season. This was my team. Like, these guys are good. I don't know. I can't really talk because they're good. No, like, they're legit good. Like, they have good players, and their management is, as good as it gets with not even just skill, just, all around management. So
yeah, exactly.
They're right there anyways, and if this is this is struggling to them, then I hate to see them, when they're playing good.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure, definitely. Let's move forward though into the scoring race leaders, top 10 scoring race leaders. Do you want to break us off with the forwards here, Dark?
Yeah, sure. So coming in and taking top spot is Kupchak for the San Jose Barracuda, and get used to hearing that team name. They dominate this top 10 list. He's a left winger. He's got a record of 12-3-0, 54 points, plus 27, and only 10 penalty minutes, winning 55% of his faceoffs as a left winger is impressive, considering he's a left winger. Coming in number 2 is the San Jose Barracuda again. Bar down Daly, the right winger, I'm assuming on the same line, going 15-1, 49 points, plus 37, 36.9 on the shooting is impressive, and again, only 10 PIMs. And third on our list, we have Filthy Puck 97 on the, you guessed it, San Jose Barracuda. He's the center for this line, I imagine. Otherwise, they have 3 disgusting lines. He's actually, they honestly might, 'cause they have different records. This is terrifying. All right.
They're good.
Yeah, no shit, eh? Like, my God, if you have 3 lines that are all in the top 10, I'm impressed.
It's always been really, really good, and it's hard to play against them. You always fear playing the Barracuda.
Yeah, for sure. But he's 10-3-2, 46 points, plus 31, and only 47.4% on the faceoffs. Maybe Filthy needs to play left wing and Kupchak needs to play center. We'll see.
There is that, right? There is that.
Coming in at number 4 is the Stockton Heat's Perfect Skills _QC right winger. 13 points, only 7-6. Sorry, 13 games played, only 7-6. But he has 46 points, plus 12. 46.7% on the shooting percentage is pretty ridiculous. 12 penalty minutes. Number 5, we got the Iowa Wild's Ducks 0423, a left winger. 15 games played. He's 10-5, 44 points, 17 goals, 27 assists, plus 12, 26.6 on the shooting percentage. But his penalty minutes are a little higher than you'd like him to be, taking 20 penalty minutes already this season. All right, so moving on, we have the 6th place player is another San Jose Barracuda. BD's Nuts is a center, 13-3, 44 points, plus 26, 27.2% on the shooting percentage, and 58.6 on the faceoffs is impressive for a center.
Yeah, it is. It's huge.
Coming in number 7, we have Pelly of the Bakersfield Condors. He's a right winger, 8-7, 43 points, -1, a little bit lower than you'd like it to be, and 13 PIMs. Next, we got number 8, the Iowa Wild's Frost X17. He's a center for them, 10-5, 43 points, plus 15, 38.3, so solid shooting percentage, and only 14 PIMs. Number 9, the Griffins Prodigy to Legend, left winger. He's 8-6-2, 42 points, plus 7, and a whopping 30 penalty minutes. Not ideal. You'd want him to stay out of the box a little bit more than that, but I mean, obviously he's still managing to produce when he is still out of the box, right?
For sure.
And last but not least is yet another Griffin, Sosnikov. There we go. He's a center.
Sosnikov. There you go, buddy.
6-3-3, 41 points, plus 7, 26 penalty minutes, and 56.3 on the faceoffs is impressive. But yeah, I hope these guys are not on a line together. That's 56 penalty minutes.
Dark, I gotta point out that you're looking at only Western, eh?
You know, that's a really good point, Dreams, and I really wish I had noticed that before.
I thought that's what you were doing.
I hear his comments coming in on the Choirs and Cup side, and they're calling you out for it.
Yeah, that's Dark being
you're an idiot, they say.
Yeah, that's basically the gist of it. Yeah, you guys got it, nailed it right on the head. All right, we're gonna go through this real quick. So,
well, you just do the Western, and then he just does the Eastern.
Yeah, do the East. Yeah, do the East. We'll do two top 10s. Dreams?
Yo.
You want to do the East?
Oh, we do the East? All right, I'll break the East down. Not a problem. I'll do that.
Yeah.
Not a problem. All right, coming in, I got to get my main games off here. Hold on. Excited for the goaltenders, right?
Yeah.
All right, coming in, number 1 for the East, we have Chell Legend at 15 games played, 12-3-0 record, 60 points, 24 goals, 26 assists, a plus 33. a 38.7 shooting percent average, 25 pounds a minute, 52 hits, 56.4 in a face-off draw. Takeaway giveaway is a measly 102 to the advantage, or sorry, to the negative, and 4 block shots. That's how you break it down, buddy. Coming number 2, another fellow American coming in with Lucente, 15 games played, 12-3 record. I'm assuming their line mates, their records are exactly the same. 56 points, 29 goals, 27 assists, a plus 32, 30.5 in the shooting percent average, 8 pounds in minutes, 16 hits, 40% face-off circle when he has to do it. And he's also 122 to the negative of giveaway takeaway with 0 block shots. Number 3 coming overall for the Charlotte Checkers is Skyrie 5, playing that center slot as well. So I missed that challenge in the center. Lucente is right wing. Coming in, so Sky though 15-0, 54 points, 29 goals, 25 assists, 32 on the plus minus. Yeah, dominant. 15-0 week is our season is huge. 42.0 shooting percent average, 0 pounds in minutes, 27 hits, 53.0 in a face-off draw, and a measly, this one's going to fuck my head a little bit. Sorry, guys, language again. I'm going to say 117 on the giveaway takeaway with a minus 1 block shot, or plus 1 block shot. Another American coming in 4th overall is John Kenny 01. I always called him Johnny Key. As well, 12-3 on this week. I'm going to assume he's line mates with Lucente. No, I'm going to say he's not because the 2 centers there doesn't work out. 50 points, 30 goals, 20 assists, plus 22 in the plus-minus category. 45.5 in the shooting percent average, 9 pounds in minutes, 24 hits, 57.5 in the face-off circle, and 150 takeaway giveaway to the negative and 10 block shot. Not bad for forwards, though. You expect forwards to be in the 100 zones in some aspect, below 300, obviously.
They got 4 people, top 6.
They got 4 top
record. Five in the top 10.
5 in the top 12.
That's ridiculous. I mean, yeah, in King
depends on how your site ranks it. For me, they got
there's a tie for 10th there, so mine ranks in the 12th. But it definitely is that category tie. I'll bring that up when I get to the 10th spot there. Number 5, we have Kev Bowd from the Checkers as well. So that's our second checker. Just put that in note. On the right wing slot there, also 15-0. I'm assuming him and Sky are line mates. 50 points, 11 goals, 39 assists, plus 32, 27.5 in shooting percent average, 12 pounds a minute, 25 hits, no face-offs ever taken for him. So I mean, Sky staying out of the box. He's also at 165 on the giveaway takeaway to the negative, no block shots. Coming in 6th overall is Kesley Snipes, playing left wing slot there for the Americans. 12-3-0, 47 points, 20 goals, 27 assists, plus 33 in the plus minus, 35.7 on the shooting percent average, 8 pounds in minutes, 36 hits, no faceoffs taken for him as well. He's left wing, go figure, and he's also a minus 129 on the giveaway takeaway with 1 block shot. Overall, coming in for the Providence Bruins is Matt Habs, playing the right wing slot, 9-5-1, 45 points, 28 goals, 17 assists, plus 10 on the plus minus category, 41.8 on the shooting percent average, 8 penalty minutes, 16 hits, 33.3 in the faceoff percentage when he has to take the draws, and he is at a minus 161.
Yep.
And 2 block shots on the takeaway giveaway. Coming in 8th overall is San the Man 19, left wing for the Scranton Penguins here, 10-13-2, 45 points, 20 goals, 25 assists, plus 4 on the plus minus category, 18.7 streams an average, 19 penalty minutes, 2 hits, no faceoffs taken for that guy either, and he is at 180. No, 100.
I think my favorite part of the show is just watching Dream try to do mental math.
Yeah, mental math sucks. I mean, so, I'm going to say 177. I could be totally wrong. If I am, just shit on me. It's all right. With 1 block shot.
Hey, just to try that shit and, get it within the first 5 seconds you're trying to do. Yeah,
right? I mean, I give the best effort I got. Whatever.
Yeah.
Number 9th overall is Gray 99, right wing for the Val Rockets. Coming in 8-5-2, 45 points, tied with San the Man. 13 goals, 32 assists, plus 14 in the plus minus department, 39.4 shooting percent average, 4 penalty minutes, 44 hits, 44.1 in faceoff draws when he has to take it being right wing. They do take him when the center goes in the box. Giveaway takeaway, we have him at 132 to the negative with 1 block shot. Coming in, last but not least, a 3-way tie in this category is Ninja Gamer from the Laval Rockets, Jason, 23 from the Phantoms, and number 12th overall tie at 10th is Kingley, 98. Kingley me 89, sorry. Right wing as well as Jason is also right wing from the Phantoms there. All coming in tied at the 10th spot.
It's King Lime.
Okay, thank you, buddy. I appreciate
No
that. They're all tied at 44 points. The goal differential is going to be 23, 21, and 30. Ninja Gamer 23, Jason 21, and Kingley at 33. Assists coming in with Ninja at 21, Jason 23, and Kingley at 14. Plus minus coming in at 16 for Kingley, 15 for Jason, and 23. To the positive, all these guys are Ninja Gamer from the Rockets. Shooting percentage from Ninja is 32.9, Jason is 28.4, and Kingley is 42.3. Coming in penalty minutes there, we have Kingley at 16, Jason at 10, Ninja Gamer at 18, hits 16 for Ninja, 17 for Jason, and 8 for Kingley. Shooting or face-up percentage coming in at center slot there for Ninja Gamer is 52.1. Right wing for Jason on the Phantoms is 23.1. And coming in for the right wing of Americans at Kingley at 30.8. I'm never going to bother with the goal or the giveaway takeaway. I'm not doing that math. Screw it. I'm skipping it.
Ninja's a sniper.
Ninja's a sniper.
52% shooting. That's pretty good.
Yeah, definitely good in the shooting percentage. I was there. Coming with the block shots, we have Ninja at 6, Jason at 2, and Kingley at 1. So those are our top 10 rounding out. Obviously, a 3-way tie there again. So a little more to give into detail-wise there, but that's our top 10 for the skaters. We're breaking down the goaltenders, though, there, Dark. What do we agree on? 16 games as minimum?
Yes, so we're going to put 16 games as the minimum. Otherwise, you're playing less than 3 a week. Means you're probably not a regular roster player.
No, what I do with that, there's only one guy I need to cross off the category in the 16 game plus is number 2 at Deuces Wild. He's only at 9. Oh, no, I lied. I'm an idiot. Just slap me in the face and call me a donkey dick or something.
That's what I always do.
Number 1. Yeah, exactly, right. So this fucking shitter. Coming number 1 is the Birdman from the Americans at 16 games played, 15 wins, 1 loss, 22 goals against, 223 shots faced, 90.1 saves on average, 1.39 goals against average, and 2 shutouts. Dominating for the Americans. They're showing why the Americans are just crushing people with that big win streak.
Yeah, exactly.
Coming number 2 for the Crunch is Deuces Wild. This guy was dominant in the CHL last season. This year showing why he was doing it again in the AHL right now. 17 games played, 9 wins, 8 losses, 30 goals against, 263 shots faced, 88.6 saves on average, 1.69 goals against with 3 shutouts as well. Showing why the Crunch definitely need him up there, trying to help win some games, doing his job to make sure they put some W's up. Number 3 coming overall is SW Bobcats from the Tigers. 22 games played, 17 wins, 5 losses, 41 goals against, 307 shots faced, 86.6 saves on average, 1.73 goals against average, and 5 shutouts as well for Bobcats. Coming number 4 is BCNY, double Y02 from the Devils. 29 games played, 19 wins, 10 losses, 46 goals against, 335 shots faced, 86.3 saves on average, 1.51 goals against average, 6 shutouts as well. That's amazing. 6 shutouts, man. Phenomenal. Hats off to him.
Yeah, that's hard to do.
Definitely hard to do. Definitely hard to do. Number 5 coming all is Mick Bang Bang, 22 from the Charlotte Checkers, 26 games played, 18 wins, 8 losses, 50 goals against, 352 shots faced, 85.8 saves on average, 1.9 goals against average, and 4 shutouts as well for that guy. Congrats to him. 4 shots as well. Nothing to shake your head at. Bobcat with 5. A lot of shutouts in these games showing on these top goaltenders. No surprise. Number 6 overall for the Monsters is the Canadian 777. 27 games played, 17 wins, 10 losses, 58 goals against, 398 shots faced, 85.4 saves on average, 1.98 goals against average, and 3 shutouts as well. Number 7 for the Scranton Penguins is Gatis. 20 games played, 16 wins, 4 losses, 44 goals against, 293 shots, 85.0 saves on average, 2.13 goals against average, and 3 shutouts as well. Number 8 coming over. That's solid. Solid, man. I mean, considering the shots he's facing, that's pretty solid.
He's good.
Yeah, solid guy. Eighth overall for the Wolfpack here is Hartford Wolfpack. Yeah, sorry, Speedy Dog 88, 22 games played, 11 wins, 11 losses, 53 goals against, 341 saves, 84.5 saves on average, 2.27 goals against average, and 5 shutouts as well for him, showing why he's definitely helping put up those 11 wins and maybe keeping him some close bouts with 11 losses. Hopefully, he can help turn that team around a little bit more than they have been. Coming in number 9 overall is Speedy Dog 88. Did I ever read him? I did. Shit. Number 9 overall is Adam ZGT from the Providence Bruins. 27 games played, 14 wins, 13 goals, 13 losses. Sorry, geez, 61 goals against, 393 shots against, 84.5 saves on average, 219 goals against average, and 3 shutouts for him as well.
Hey, Dreams.
Showing again,
Are you still on East?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I'll give you a break. I'll give you a break and do the West.
We suck. Yeah, we suck. Is the gist of this show is we suck.
Fucked you up by doing that West, and I just
blame the guy. Yeah, all right, that's fine. Blame me. It's fine.
It's all right.
I got you.
Number 10 overall is MD Conman. Number 10, just obviously, guys, for the East. I'm sorry, I apologize. Send me the hate mail, shit on me, whatever. It's all right. I can take it. It's all right. 27 games played, 17 wins, 10 losses, 73 goals against, 447 shots faced, 83.7 saves on average, 2.53 goals against average, and 1 shutout. I want to send it over the West, over to you there, St. Louis.
All right, yeah. So I'll probably do it a little bit different.
That's fine.
Since it's kind of like I'm not really sure what you guys are looking at, but so I'll say the top goalie in the West would be. I mean, look at how many games Mooner has played and how many shots he has faced against, and his record, and he's still putting an 83 save percentage with 2 goals against. That's solid, and then 2.6, and then 3 shutouts. So he's obviously keeping that team alive, and by any means, they're still alive in the standings in that Central. I mean, they've been showing in the last couple of weeks that they've been beating a lot of big teams, Dallas or Texas. And then you have so I mean you can't. I like to look at how many shots that goal is facing. You got to go at least over 82, right? So I don't know how to say that guy's name for the Ontario Reign.
for the Ontario Reign.
Yeah, I have no idea, so I'm not even gonna butcher.
Wow.
I mean, he's solid. So there's a bunch of goalies. I know you put me like.
Here, I'll go through real quick the ones that Dreams missed. The main one was actually you, I believe, were the first on that list. Yeah, that's where I got a little mixed up.
I'm gonna dodge myself regardless. I mean.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't help that you're shit, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty trash. So you got myself, you've got Churchy, you've got Bob, who's great, you've got Mooner. I mean, obviously, I just said him.
Mm.
I don't know too many of these guys, really. I don't know too many people. My goalie, Jordan Brown, he's a great goalie. All these guys, I mean, you see that going over an 82, 81%. I mean, facing these shots with look at the guys who have 82 save percentage, and then look at their shutouts.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's basically. Mm-hmm. That's what I like to look at. They're in 82% save percentage, but their shutouts are all in 3-2-4. 3, that's
solid.
That's
it's solid.
Really good. That's still really good.
For sure. All right. Well, that rounds out our top 10s for the forwards and the scoring race and the goalie race as well. Last but not least, like we mentioned off the top of the show, if you guys caught it, if you didn't, we're actually releasing the All-Star list for this season in the AHL rather. We will be having that posted in the forums following this show.
With the criteria that involve in picking the All-Stars. Mm-hmm. We expect some hate mail from this. We always get it every year, but there is a criteria based on why we picked who we picked. So please keep that in mind when you look at the nominations. Read the criteria, understand what we had to go through to do this. It was not easy for us to pick who we had to pick.
Exactly.
So within due, I'm sorry guys this week as well for messing up the
East versus
leaders
West.
here with East and West. We normally just do it with one league. It's our fault this week. It's our first show. We're kind of flabbergasted a little bit with a lot going on with other leagues as well. But we'll get it together for next week for sure. We'll definitely make sure it's better. I apologize, but let's get right into those All-Star releasings. Dark, do you want to start off with the All-Star East and announce first line, second line, third line, and plus the alternates that have come with it?
Yeah, so we'll kick it off. All-Star East side. We have we'll go through the centers real quick here. So taking top spot is Chell Legend, the Rochester American center. Congrats to you, bud. Number 2 is Reader 1515 of the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. Coming in number 3 is CMU Tima 10 of the Providence Bruins, and the alternate is going to be Axe Stoner Boy from the Cleveland Monsters. Congrats to those centers for making the All-Star team. Next up on our list of the left wingers is Sand the Man 19 for the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. Coming in number 2 is S. Sessman, who is on the Providence Bruins. Number 3 is Alt Knights 21 of the Binghamton Devils. And the alternate is our very own LG McDonald, also of the Binghamton Devils. Coming in here at right wing, number 1 spot is Kev Bowd of the Charlotte Checkers. Number 2, Math Habs of the Providence Bruins. Number 3, Big Pappy Chungus, fantastic name, of the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. And last but not least for the alternate there is Sunshine 2644 of the Springfield Thunderbirds. Congrats to the right wingers there. For our left D spot, we have Check It of the Penguins. Number 2 is Milla Killa 420 of the Bridgeport Sound Tigers. Number 3 is Ether MR of the Providence Bruins. And our alternate for this side is going to be Black Paladin of the Rochester Americans. Congrats to the left defenseman for making the All-Star team. On right D, we have B. Besser, who is on the Penguins, coming in our top spot. It is actually pronounced Besser.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. Coming in number 2 is Peepo Patches, another pretty cool name, for the Bridgeport Sound Tigers. Number 3 is Neil Rambo 35 of the Laval Rocket. And our alternate for our D-men is Johnny Ross of the Utica Comets.
Good player.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Then for the goalies, we're just going to have starter, backup, and an alternate. So that's number 1 spot is the Canadian 777 of the Cleveland Monsters, and the backup for him at number 2 is MD Conman of the Springfield Thunderbirds. And the alternate here is McBang 22 of the Charlotte Checkers. Congrats to all of you on the east side who made the All-Star team. We'll be doing obviously some team captains and stuff, get you guys set up and try and get some games played.
For sure. I'll touch base a little more about the games being played in it after I release the West. There is a criteria made for the All-Star badge to be handed out as well, based upon games played. We'll touch base on that before we close out here.
Yep.
AHL West All-Stars are coming in for centers. We have Filthy Puck 97 from the Barracudas, Super Guy 99 from the Grand Ripet Griffins. Jeez. Drink some more, why don't you? Number 3, Pez Demick from the Milwaukee Admirals, and the alternate coming in is Smitter from the San Antonio Rampage. So congrats to our centers for the All-Star West jumping in there and making that role. Left wing coming in is Francie 2325 from the Barracudas, Alt the Wall from Rockford Ice Dogs, and Ducks 0423 from the Iowa Wild. The alternate's going to be Pistol Pete 7788 from the Colorado Eagles.
St. Louis. No, it's for Milwaukee Admirals.
Oh, yeah, sorry. That's right. He wasn't. That's our mistake in the write-up. He is an Admiral, not an Eagle. So we apologize for that mistake. We'll fix that before I release it on the forum post to make sure it's absolutely correct. Right winger slot is going to be from the Bakersfield Condos, Bobby Goggles 12. Perfect Skills QC from Stockton QC, and Grammy Hands from Colorado Eagles. The alternate is going to be ex Coolio from Manitoba Moose. So congrats to our right wingers taking those slots on the All-Star Wests. Left defense coming in is Jay Wheelie 24 from the Barracudas, Lunchbox Hero from the San Antonio Rampage, and Mike Natty from the Iowa Wild making our top 3. Our alternate is going to be Greeno 1822 from Texas Stars. So congrats to our left defense making those nominations and starter roles. Right defense is going to be Exodus from San Jose Rampage, Zoo Good from San Jose Rampage as well. Both lefties are having killer seasons, showing why they belong up here. Willard McNass from the Barracudas, and the alternate is going to be Dakota Pye from the Roadrunners. So congrats to, again, for our right defense for coming in, plus our alternates for following really closely behind. Coming for our goaltenders, we have number 1 at Mooner 2014 from Texas Stars, St. Louis Stash from Milwaukee Admirals. So congrats to you out right now, Stash, since you're here at the party. And also it's going to be E. Jansen 88 from Manitoba Moose.
Yeah, and that's our list of the All-Star nominations for this season. And like we kind of said, we're going to touch upon some better rule changes, at least in terms of the actual All-Star games. So, the Bogs and the media are going to try and get you guys set up with some team captains, so you guys can actually play some actual All-Star games. Now, normally every single player would get the trophy assigned to them.
That was only for one season that happened.
Okay, so at least last season that was the way it was. This season it's going to be, if you participate, you receive the trophy. If you're unable to make it, you won't receive it. Just to try and pump up the amount of participation in this. We'd like to actually see these all-star teams, these juggernaut of teams put together and see what they can actually do. Now, with this posting we'll also be releasing it with, like we mentioned, criteria as to what was used to decide who should and should not have been an all-star.
Criteria with the release of the Post of the Stars, for sure. That way you guys get a full rundown of the criteria used to understand how it was picked. It wasn't just random. It was definitely based upon criteria that is going to be mandatory amongst all leagues going forward.
Exactly. So if you guys have any concerns, check that out. I'm sure some of you will be upset, some of you will be happy. It is what it is.
It is what it is, exactly. Also, I think you touched base. Yeah, if you don't play, you don't get the award. The alternates, if you play in spot of someone who can't play, you get the award, and so will the guy who couldn't make it. It kind of works as the ECU factor, right? So that's how it kind of plays out. That's what the alternate is for. He's the ECU in case someone can't make it. The ECU, again, can play in any position. It doesn't matter where he plays. We will start a Discord with each nominee in it for their respective leagues, and we'll try to find captains and a game time that works for all of you to play to get it done outside of LG game times. We're looking for like a Thursday, Friday, or Saturday that works for everybody. So let's be communicative. Let's get it going. Let's get these happening. And we will also do what we can to broadcast every single game. It's going to be hard because we do the CHL as well. We will cover as much as we can on the CHL/AHL for these games as possible, live with commentary, as well as throughout the season. We will also be doing live commentary in the mix of CHL and AHL, looking for top games and top performing games if possible, or playoff potential games if possible, major games to obviously co-host. Again, it'll fall upon mine and Dark's availability. If we're playing on our team in the CHL, we obviously can't cover you guys' game, but we'll do what we can to work around it. We'll also cover some playoff stuff with live commentary as well. So please stay tuned, follow us, like us, be here, support us, and we'll support you guys.
For sure.
Man, I'd love to help you out as much as I can, for sure. We'll get this going. Get the boys liking you.
For sure.
For sure. And for all of you who want to tune in again to a show, we have a show tomorrow for the CHL. That's at 4 p.m. Eastern. Since there's game nights, we don't do it as late. So tune in tomorrow. And tuning in. We'll be glad to have you there.
Exactly.
I agree with that. Not so late of one of these media shows. Like it's rather be. I think it should be on a Saturday, personally.
It's just hard with us doing both sides that it's hard to get two shows in one night. It's a lot of work on us, a lot of time on us. So it's best for us to separate it.
Yeah, I mean, plus you guys are. I'm assuming you guys are.
Yeah, we both own our own teams. We do.
Yeah, you guys are running your own teams and doing that.
Yeah, for sure. So it's a lot of work. We like doing it. And all the support you guys give us is a big reason why. Appreciate everyone coming out. This is obviously our first show. We'll be coming in with some more stuff throughout the next coming weeks and leading into the playoffs. I want to thank everyone for tuning in and supporting us for our first show.
One last part, buddy.
Go ahead.
There is going to be a magazine release for the AHL side this week. It'll probably be about Wednesday that we get it out. And it's going to be strictly based upon the All-Star game coming up and the All-Stars that were selected. We are looking. We did get our media write-up guys for the AHL today, so they are looking to be hopefully active and running full media releases for our LG AHL magazine. Name is still in running of what we're going to call it for the AHL side. but that'll be released hopefully next week as well, where you guys will get a weekly magazine out there about you guys. So there's more coming, more stuff out there about you guys. So just a live show.
Yeah, man, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, again, thanks a lot, guys. Don't be afraid to follow us and subscribe. We're going to be here every week for the rest of the season and through the playoffs and into next season. So again, thanks so much for the viewership this week, guys, and we will catch you guys next week.
100%. Thanks for showing up, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate your support and look forward to your continuing support as we go forward.
Peace.